There we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Okay, well, tonight I'm so excited. So first of all, I'm just going to tell you really quickly who I am. I'm Erin Key. I'm a Sapphire ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Been with the company for 2.5 years. And I'm a stay-at-home mama who went from coupon clipping and driving a used minivan to one of the top leader in Plexus Worldwide in 2.5 years. And it's just been an amazing journey. Most rewarding thing I've ever done. Absolutely. Sharing something that's amazing, that's helped me, that's gotten me healthy, my family, my friends, and has done incredible things for our family as far as the opportunity and awesome business with it. And tonight we have a wonderful guest with us, Celeste Gwynn. But before I get to her, I'm going to introduce also my bestie, my best friend, co-host here, Barri Martin Pautz. Barri, why don't you say hi real quick?
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm Barri Martin Pautz. I'm a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I am also a fashion stylist. That's what I've always done by trade. Erin and I worked together on a job before Plexus when she was a producer, and this is our dream, to have a job together. I have a little girl who's 5 years old, and I get to stay home with her and take the styling jobs that I want, but be able to have the life I always dreamed of. So I'm so excited to introduce to you tonight, which all of you guys know, Celeste Gwynn. She's a double diamond with Plexus and the top earner in the country. And she, I feel, is one of the blessings that Plexus has, is that you get to meet the coolest people who become your friends and really care about each other. And anyway, Celeste, take it away.
Awesome. So yeah, I agree, Barri. I mean, I think that the friendships are one of the biggest perks of this business. I know for me, I love people, and it's one reason that I've had success in this business is because I already had a love for people. So to be able to meet new folks and make friends and grow these relationships over our passion for Plexus is just an added bonus to an already amazing gig for sure. But I'm going to share a very short version of my story so that we can kind of dive in to these questions, since we're kind of getting a little bit of a late start on the call. But basically, I was on Facebook, like so many of us always are, and scrolling through my newsfeed and saw a picture of one of my roommates from college. And basically, I called her up and I said, "Okay, sister, what are you doing?" I said, "You've lost all your baby weight." I said, "My baby's 12 years old. I guess it's time for me to lose my baby weight too." I think her baby was 9 months old at the time. She told me about Plexus, and she shared about the business. I made sure to let her know that I was not looking for a business. I wasn't even looking for a hobby, but I did want to lose that weight, and I did want that energy. And so I ordered product from her. I had great success very, very quickly. People started asking me what I was doing. And as they were asking me, I was sending them all to Jen Hawkins' website, because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted Jen Hawkins to get to be a stay-at-home mom too. So over the course of about 9 months, I ended up losing a great deal of weight, getting healthy, getting off of antidepressants with my doctor's help, and just overall really being a better wife and a mom, because I felt better and I had better energy, and a better friend for that matter. And Jen came to visit me, and she said, "Listen, you've sent me 35 customers at this point. You need to join." And I told her, seriously, y'all, I said, "You know what? I don't think I know anybody else who's interested in this stuff, but I love it. And yeah, everybody in my family's on it. I guess I'll join to get my product wholesale." So I did. Long story short, real quick, decided to work the business. Had great success. And you want to mute us all out again, and I'll unmute again. It sounds like we've got some feedback.
Okay, I'm going to mute. There you go. Okay, unmute.
Awesome. Okay. And decided real quick I was going to work this business. And when I did, man, you know what? I don't do anything half-heartedly, so I jumped in wholeheartedly. And I ended up going enrolled in 4.5 months. And that's kind of the fun rank if you're not an ambassador, where you get the car, you become part of the profit sharing, you get a trip to Hawaii every year. I did that in 4.5 months, ended up going diamond on the 6th month, which is the highest rank in the company. The 11th way to make money with Plexus is to re-enter. I did that on month 7 and ended up going double diamond on my 2-year anniversary. And, I like to share about the business opportunity really quick, if you guys are cool with that. I like to kind of talk about what it's been for me. Financial stuff, we're kind of like taught our whole life, like, don't talk about that. Like, talk about how you feel, great, all day long. talk about how you look. I'm losing weight all day long, but you don't talk about money, right? It's just the way, it's actually not polite to ask folks, how much money do you make? And, this is how much money I make, ha, ha, ha. I mean, we're conditioned not to do that. It's private. But I like to just talk about what I've been able to do because of the business. And, I've been able to do things that literally I never even thought possible. We've added on to our house. My kids are at an amazing summer camp right now. We've gone on African trips. We've gone on all kinds of crazy vacations. But the thing that's been the most rewarding to me is my dad is actually a missionary in Kenya. And if you were at convention, you heard me talk about this, but it's worth mentioning again. And because of Plexus, because of our freedom, we are actually able to put a well in a village called Mpukani, Kenya, which actually means a land with no water. The name of the village means land with no water. And now they have water. So I don't know if they're going to change the name of the village or not, but they've got free flowing water now. And that's like kind of one of those things that you're like, what? Like real people don't do stuff like that, right? I mean, we always wanted to help people. We always tried to give back as much as we could. But I was just stay-at-home mom, and we were making that sacrifice because my kids were in private school, and we were just cutting where we could. And a lot of times we wanted to give, it just wasn't there, So to be able to do things like that, be a part of a church plant, give to people who are needy. You see somebody that needs something, and you're like, boom, I can do that. It's a life-changing thing for your kids to see you do that too. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I've had great success. Really quick, I want to talk about why I didn't want anything to do with network marketing. This is something that I've just started talking about lately. I was horrified by this industry. Okay. About 8 years ago, had a lady ask me to go to dinner, and I thought she wanted to be my friend. And I was all excited. And I said, oh my word, this lady wants to be my friend. This is going to be
good. I'm excited. I was one of 100 people that got into the Zoom call tonight.
I'm going to mute.
Okay.
Okay, unmute.
We're good. And I said, this lady wants to be my friend. This is so awesome. Like, she's a high school mom. I think my kids are like in pre-K and kindergarten. And I was super excited. Okay. Long story short, Maddie Grace got sick, my daughter. Didn't get to go. I had to call up this girl and say, I'm so sorry. Like, I was so looking forward to going to dinner with you. My daughter's sick. She said, don't worry. We do these every month. Okay. Long story short, she was inviting me to an opportunity meeting. Okay. My feelings were hurt. I was embarrassed. I was mad. I mean, she completely was manipulating me. What I love the most about Plexus, listen, anybody who's on this call, we didn't trick them, right? They know what they saw something that they were attracted to, and they hopped on because they were attracted to what we're doing. People that come to opportunity meetings when I host them, people that ask me about Plexus, I don't have to trick anyone into joining me. They want what I have. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about what we do, is I'm completely open, honest, and transparent. People are attracted to what I'm doing, and they want what I have. I think that's a neat thing. I've never tricked anyone into listening to this opportunity. I'm sure, Barri, you guys, I bet you both have similar stories to that, but I love that about us.
I totally agree. Totally love that. And Celeste, awesome, your story. And that I'm so excited for your mission. That is just incredible. And it's a dream come true, I'm sure.
It is.
So we're going to jump into some questions that we have for you. And you kind of answered a little bit of this one, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. So what are the two most rewarding things do you feel about being a Plexus ambassador?
Well, we already touched on the first one, so we're going to hammer these out quick. The relationships by far are the biggest blessing. And, it sounds cheesy and cliche, and until you're living it, you don't even understand that. I've got 2 girls coming here tomorrow to spend the weekend with me. One of them is not on the team, Tella McFadden. She's one of my best friends in the world. Would have never known her without this business. The other one is Addie King, who's a diamond on my team that I went to college with, but we were not even good friends. And now she's one of my best friends on the planet. And then the second thing is the fact that we get paid to change lives. It's such a rewarding thing. And, often I'll be working my Plexus business. It doesn't even feel like work, and Andrew will be like, sister, it's Friday night, put down your phone. And I'm like, honey, does everyone love their job as much as I do? Because this is my first job. That's another part of my story. And he assures me, no, not everyone loves their job as much as I do. But it is so rewarding to see that because I got over myself and got over my pride, that hundreds of thousands of lives have been changed. And it's just rewarding to help people get healthier and to help people gain financial freedom. There's nothing better than that. And fall asleep at night and know you're changing lives for your day in and day out, what you do.
I love that. And let's talk about just quickly the products. I mean, the products are why we joined. I mean, that's number one. So what are your favorite products?
Well, so if I had to just pick one, it's so funny because when I'm like, oh yeah, that one's my favorite. And then I go to the next one, I'm like, oh no, that one's my favorite. Obviously I would have to say the triplex, which, Slim, BioCleanse, and ProBio 5, I touched on this already too, but the energy that these products gave me, if I had never lost a pound, if I'd never made $1, my husband would have paid for me to be on these products. He says it all the time, for the rest of my life. I don't know if that means I was like really awful before or what. He loves that I am a much happier, more energetic person, So I would have to say triplex. And obviously losing weight is a huge side benefit. We say medications have side effects. Plexus has side benefits. So I would definitely say triplex. I'm also really loving my Edge. I don't know about you guys, but I am kind of obsessed with that.
Yes. Completely obsessed with the Edge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Getting into Plexus as a company, like the company, the corporate part of it, what is your favorite thing, just anything about the company itself?
I love, first of all, that we're privately owned. We're not publicly traded. We have 2 guys calling the shots, Alec and Charles, our owners. What I love the most is because I know them personally. So I'm blessed that I have this perspective of, holy moly, I trust these guys. Their integrity is so on point. And that is so important to me when I'm representing a company, to know that the folks that own the company have the same level of integrity that I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a really big deal, to know that every decision that they are making is in our best interest, because they both have been in the field. They both have been in network marketing their whole career. Charles actually grew up in network marketing, so he is always thinking from the ambassador perspective. Every decision that they make is this the best decision for our people? And I honestly think whether you're in network marketing or whether you work, in traditional business, it is unheard of to have owners that love you. So, I know that they love us like we're family. Every decision they make is what's best for our people. And that's a big deal.
Yeah, really big deal.
And what Alec Clark's motto, if you're a blessing, be a blessing. If you're blessed, be a blessing to others. And that's what he's known for. So that's pretty cool.
He lives his life. Behind the scenes, when he's not in the spotlight, I've done a lot of opportunity meetings with him. I've traveled with him and his wife a lot. That is who they are. It is so legit when no one is watching, to watch the stuff that he does for folks that you never even know about. I fall in love with him more and more every day. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I was texting him something and I was reading it out loud to my husband, and he goes, oh my gosh, he's not your dad. You can't talk to him like that. So, because I'm just straight up talking to him. And then so I tell Alec that, and he goes, the first thing he said is, I am not old enough to be your dad. They're really real, really authentic, just great, family guys.
Yeah.
They love their families. They're good guys.
Yeah, I love that. Love that too. So did you face any obstacles in the beginning as a new ambassador, and fears, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah, I think what held me back the most was pride. I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I actually live in the town that I grew up in. My family is super duper involved in traditional business in the area. My husband's a businessman, my brother, my dad. I was horrified about what people were going to think about me when they found out Celeste Gwynn is doing what? Why would she do that? That was the tapes playing in my head that were holding me back were, what are people going to think about me? What are people going to say about me? And, when I changed my mindset from, are some people going to think I'm cray-cray for doing this, to, holy moly, if I'm a good friend, I want everyone to feel like I feel. If I'm a good friend, I'm going to share this with folks. If I'm a good friend, my friends that can't pay their car payment, can't keep their kids at our private school, are complaining about, about to be foreclosed on, whatever. If I'm a good friend, I'm going to share the business opportunity with folks. So when I changed that mindset, man, that's when I just took off. When I'm like, I believe in this. You know, I believe in this comp plan. I believe in these products. I'm shouting it from the mountaintops. And I promise you, lots of the people that were mocking me in the beginning are now leaders on my team. I won't call people out. And nobody's talking about me behind my back anymore because they've seen me have success. They see how I feel. They see how I look. And they see that I'm having great success with this. Still 3.5 years later, it's starting to catch on. I've got people reaching out to me now that they're like, I've been watching you for, I met a girl this morning. I've been watching you for 3.5 years. Her husband's, her dad is a state representative. You know, I mean, this is like people are watching and it's catching on that they're like, oh, this is real. Like, this is business. This is not a little hobby, little side thing that Celeste is doing. This is her passion and this is forever. And people, it's catching on. You know, obviously 3 years later, people get it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I feel the same way too. I feel like I think my pride got in the way for a while, and I think I'm starting to break that down, get everyone with me.
You got to get over yourself.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And when you do, I think it's just so freeing, you know, to have something that you're passionate about and share boldly about it. You know, even the fact that it's network marketing, I have found that when somebody asks me, oh, is that network marketing? And they're kind of like, you know, that scowl. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And then I'm like, $35 investment. Let me tell you about my ROI, you know, my investment. And then I whisper in their ear what I make. But the really beautiful thing about that is that's from silver ambassador up. That's what I love the most about us is we're compensated so well in the beginning.
Yes.
If somebody says, oh, you're silver, or oh, is that network marketing? Yeah, $35 investment. I'm making $300, $500 a month. That's a great ROI from the very beginning. And that's what I think I love the most about it, how we're compensated so well from the beginning that the folks stick with it and they become passionate about it because they see the opportunities so quickly.
Yeah.
Right. All right. What are your top 3 tips for brand new ambassadors?
Okay. Start sharing immediately. Mm-hmm. Don't wait. I think that is the biggest regret that people have is I want to have personal results first. You know, I want to do this first. I've got to wait and see this. Because what I found is ultimately we're hope dealers, right? We're selling hope. So the day I sign up, if I go and start telling people, this is what I'm doing. This is what I hope is to come. I hope I'm a better mom because I have better energy. I hope I don't have a 4 p.m. crash. I hope I lose 30 pounds. I hope I'm able to make my car payment. I know lots of people that have had all of these results. Let me tell you about them. Let me share their stories with you. I'm sharing my upline story. I'm sharing Barri's story. You know what I mean? I'm sharing Erin's story. I haven't had personal results. This is what I hope happens. And when I get my folks sharing right off the bat and they start having the business success, first of all, they're more strict about taking their own product, right? They're more committed because they see people are watching me now. It's out there. People know what I'm doing. So share first right off the bat. The second is know people are watching you. Like I said earlier, 3.5 years later, people are watching me. So often somebody will throw out one Facebook post and go, oh, nobody commented. Okay, I can't do that again. And I'm like, yes, but people saw it. The more you post, the more you share, people become familiar, and familiarity breeds comfort, straight up. It's the reason Coca-Cola still advertises, right? We all know what Coca-Cola is. Why do they still spend millions and millions of dollars on advertising? Because it works. The more you see it, the more you think, oh, what? Cool people do that? I think I need that. I mean, the Coke ads right now are blowing my mind. I'm like, really? Like, you put a song on the side of a Coke bottle, it makes people want to buy it, but apparently it works. But it's the same thing with Plexus. Familiarity breeds comfort. When you're posting consistently, people see that you're serious about it. The more information they get, the more familiar they become, the more comfortable they get with it. So continue sharing, people are watching. And then the last one is just be committed to being committed. So often we talk about commitment and people go, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm in. And in the back of their head, they're going, I'm gonna try this for 3 months and see what happens. I'm gonna try this for 6 months and see if I make X, Y, or Z amount of money. But they are not really committed, because for me, like I said, if I'm committed to these products because they've changed my life. Like, you can't walk away from that, you know? I will tell you, there are folks in this company that it took them 5 years to get to Jewel. I promise you, they're really glad they committed, right? I mean, if it took me 5 years to get to six-figure earner, I'm good with that, right? I'm glad it didn't. I was quick. But if I had done this for 5 years and I'm using the product, I'm fitting this in the nooks and crannies of my life while I'm still a full-time mom, it's worth it if it takes me 5 years. You know, the mind-blowing thing is the folks that they quit, but what is the funny thing is they have to work, right? So they go to their job every day for 25 years, working to make somebody else rich, doing something they're not passionate about, sitting next to folks they probably don't even like, and then they retire and they've never become six-figure earners, and they've spent their whole life doing something they're not passionate about, making somebody else rich. That's to me, the mind-blowing thing is like, holy moly, like if you love the products and you love people, how could you not keep doing this? Even if it takes you 5 years, like how could you not be committed to that? You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. I mean, I tell people that all the time. I mean, if you to work, you know, let's say 10 hours a week, let's say you spent 10 hours a week on it for 2 solid years to make a 6-figure income, would you do that? I'm not talking about this Plexus. I'm talking about just anything. You know, would you spend 2 years working 10 hours a week on it to get to a 6-figure income? Yeah. I would.
You know, and the folks that are like, you know, the time thing, a lot of folks say, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. I'm just like, listen, you know, Rosalind Payne, my best friend, she was working 60 hours a week. What did she do? She got 2 hours less sleep a night and she worked on her lunch break, right? If you want it, you find the time. You fit it in the nooks and crannies of your life. I get it. If you don't have 5 hours a day, if you have 5 minutes a day, start there. And then eventually you're going to see those results. You're going to want to put in 20 minutes the next day, 30 minutes. You know, you can make it work. A lot of times, you know, we talk about, you know, delete your Candy Crush. Don't watch Netflix. There are ways to find time to do this. When you really think about how much time you waste in a day, I'm not saying if Candy Crush brings you great joy, by all means, you know, continue to play. I mean, that's weird. We'll talk about that. It's a whole other call. But, you know, you can find the time if you really want this to fit in the nooks and crannies of your life, no matter what season of life you're in.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can. I mean, I have a pediatrician on my team, and she works full time with 4 kids. So, yeah. And she's a Ruby.
Yeah.
You know, anyone can do it.
That's right.
So we see a lot of these hashtags, people using like hashtag Plexus Freedom, hashtag One Plexus. So what does that mean to you?
Man, well, I'll start with the One Plexus. And I think it's one of the things that makes us probably one of the most unique network marketing companies out there. The One Plexus atmosphere, the One Plexus culture that we help each other across the board. The One Plexus culture that there's people on this, you know, live Zoom call right now watching that are not on any of our teams, right? Because we shared them with everyone. It is an awesome culture for everybody to want everybody to succeed, everybody to help everyone, and genuinely cheer when people succeed. I know there's a ton of men in Plexus. We've got the Men of Plexus thing going, and that is so amazing. But I love the women that are strong, confident, bold, secure women that we are so happy for each other when we succeed. That's unique to have women that genuinely love to see each other succeed, and men. You know, it is such a beautiful thing. And then Plexus Freedom, to me, that's the other big hashtag. And it's just freedom to do things that we never dreamed possible. Freedom to take our family on trips, like I said earlier. Freedom to give to our church. Freedom to work this business from this little device right here by my pool all summer long. Y'all, I'm really working from my pool. Like, that's not a joke. Like, that's not like I'm really hanging out with my dog and my kids. Like, I'm legitimately working from right here while my kids are in the pool, you know? The freedom to say, I'm not going to work today because no one can fire me. You know, I'm going to go to Six Flags with my kids. I'm taking my kids bowling or to a movie or whatever you're going to do with your kids and going, I got residual income. My business is not going to fall apart if I walk away for 5 hours and go have some fun with my kids or go on a vacation at this point. And that's what it means to me. I mean, I could talk about that all day long, but it's a great, great thing. I mean, Plexus Freedom, it means something different to everyone, but to me, it is just doing things that we never dreamt possible.
Oh, I love that. I mean, me being a stay-at-home mom that is a 6-figure income earner, but I'm home with my babies. I mean, it's a dream come true. It's mind-blowing. So
Yeah, so often I'm like, don't pinch me. I don't want to wake up. Like, if this is a dream, like, just let me keep going. Because it's amazing to make the money we make and still be able to be there for our kids and to show our kids that we can be successful and still be uber involved and still be, fitted around their football schedule or their, theater stuff and make it work. You can make it work.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't, and like other network marketing companies, we don't have to tote around inventory and go have a bunch of parties and all that kind of stuff. So,
man, I would have been running so fast. I'd still be running the opposite direction if you told me I had to do parties. I'm just saying. I may or may not have my pajamas on right now, and y'all don't even know. Like, this is like on the top, pajamas on the bottom. But if you told me I had to get dressed and go to your house and bring all my product, I'm like, I'm out. This is good as it gets. This is great.
Well, I have one final question for you, Celeste, and that is, we didn't talk about this earlier, but this is kind of what I'm really thinking is, you have some of your best friends that are all some of the top earners in this company, and these are people that you went to school with or grew up with, and now you guys are all the top, or you are the top earner, but they're all right there with you. How does it feel, and how does it feel to think about the number of lives that literally have been changed because you sent a message to Jen Hawkins? I mean, like, literally, is it, because it brought even a tear to my eyes just thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm not joking when I tell you, first of all, on the 15th of every month, I'm literally in tears and on my knees and thanking the Lord. Literally, like, that's not like a gross exaggeration. Since month one, when I was a silver ambassador and I got that first check, it was mind blowing. And then now to see Roz Payne retiring, Laura Clow retire. All these girls that I did life with in college, sorority friends, different seasons of life, to see all of us now as stay-at-home mamas that are still doing something completely rewarding. It's overwhelming, and I'm often like, Lord, I don't know why you chose to bless me like this. And why he used me as a vehicle. That's all it is. I was the avenue that all these folks got to change their. I'm just glad that I got over that pride. That's really what it all boils down to. I'm just glad that something got a hold of me and said, Celeste, this is different. And I can tell you what it was, Barri. It was my dad, who's a businessman, my brother, who's a businessman, and my husband, who's a businessman, looking at the comp plan, knowing me, and going, you're totally going to be diamond. You got this. This comp plan's amazing. You're a hard worker. We know the products work. Every single one of us had an amazing testimony at that point. So I went into this with belief in myself, right? So you can have belief in these products all day long. You can have belief in this comp plan all day long, right? I knew at that point, Jen Hawkins is making great money. I've had great success with the product. Everyone in my family had. If I did not believe in myself that I could do this, we would not all be here, right? So if you don't have that belief in yourself, you can build that. I'm telling you right now, hey, listen, I'm the idiot that couldn't get the YouTube live to work, and I'm the #1 person in this company. If I can be successful, I promise you anyone can do this. I'm also the idiot that was like a preferred customer for 9 months, spending like $500 a month on product for 9 months. If I can go to the top of this company, anyone can do this. And I think when you look at all of the leaders, I love how different we all are. I'll close with that. I know we're trying to wrap this up. But when you look at, we all have different education levels, right? Different backgrounds, different parts of the country, different belief system, different everything. The one thing we all have in common is belief in the products, belief in the comp plan, and belief in ourselves. That's it. But we're all different. And I think that's awesome. When you get it, I love those Joel panels because you get us all up there and you're like, there's nothing on the stage there's no formula to why we're successful except for belief.
Belief. Wow. That's a great way to end our call for sure, because that's everything. It is. I think people are looking for the magic answer, and it really goes back to belief for sure.
Yeah, it does. And I think when you get that, you have to be bold. When you have that belief, you're going to be shouting it from the mountaintops. And I believe I have the answer. No matter what your issue is, I got the answer. I can help you. I tell you what, my friends don't come to me saying they're tired, sick, or broke, because they know I'm not pushy, but I'm going to go, dude, do you know what I'm doing? Do you see how I feel? They don't come to me and complain about this stuff because they know I believe to my core that I have the answer, and I'm shouting it from the rooftops.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love that. Thank you so much, Celeste, for being on with us tonight.
I mean, I love you guys. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties, but listen, to all the ambassadors that are on here, I thank you. I know how this works. I know that we're successful because you guys have the passion that we have. And if you're a guest on here, definitely, I hope that something we said soaked in, that you see how real and authentic we are. And our sincerity is that we want this for everyone, and we believe that everyone can have it. Get back with whoever asked you to get on this call, and man, make a decision, because what if it could really truly be your game changer.
Thank you so much, Celeste.
Thank you. Go Plexus.
All right, bye y'all.
Honey.
Good night, everybody.